Time now for the morning rush. We begin with growing controversy over reconstruction of a crosswalk where a local girl died.
If we want to be upset that it took the death of a child before this happened.
12-year-old Eliza Albuquerque was hit and killed by a car while crossing Louisiana and at Natalie. The city recently approved a safety zone and a hawk signal that tells cars to stop, but some neighbors now saying things are changing that weren't previously discussed, like eliminating the turn lane. One resident says meetings were held for residents before construction. On to other news now as APD continues searching for the fourth unnamed suspect in the brutal rape and murder of 10-year-old Victoria Martins. Peaceful protests were held yesterday asking both APD and CYFD to make sure another child never has to go through what Victoria did. Recently, court documents in the case have been sealed to make sure their search for the potential fourth suspect is not compromised. Of course, we'll stay on top of this to let you know how it develops. John.
And the next big weather maker is going to be a backdoor cold front, which is working its way across the state as we speak. The moisture behind it is going to help fuel a few showers and storms along and east of the central mountain chain. Northeastern and east central New Mexico will be the favored locations to pick up showers and storms later on this afternoon. As that front continues to make progress across the state, we're going to be looking at a much wider area of showers and storms for the day tomorrow. Crystal?
Santa Fe's art scene continues changing this morning with the unveiling of new murals showcasing local support for dreamers and immigrants. It's a movement being spearheaded by the Santa Fe Dreamers Project. That's a local nonprofit that offers free legal services to local immigrants. They say the idea behind the mural was to bring the community together to inspire others to join their efforts. About 800 portraits of Santa Feans showing their support for immigrants are now on display throughout the city. On to new details now. 6 passengers on board the duck boat that capsized and sank in Missouri were from New Mexico. A local woman who was on board told News 13 her 64-year-old grandmother suffered serious injuries. She was recently discharged from ICU, though. Also new, the 17 people who were killed when the boat capsized and sank were not wearing life jackets when they were found. Passengers say the captain told them they wouldn't need them. None of the deceased were from New Mexico. On to some breaking overnight news for you. 2 now confirmed dead, 13 others recovering from injuries after a gunman opened fire in a Toronto neighborhood. A motive not known at this time, but police say they are investigating everything that does include terrorism. The alleged suspect is also dead. It's not clear yet if he was killed from a self-inflicted gunshot wound or a result of exchanging gunfire with police. The victims have been sent to trauma centers. They're being treated for their injuries as we speak. On to overnight news. A scathing tweet sent out by the president ordering the Iranian leader to never threaten the U.S. again. Critics saying the president's language particularly harsh even for him. The message was sent out in response to a warning from Iran's leader cautioning Americans to not engage in war with their nation. We're still waiting to see if the Iranian government will respond to the president's social media threat. John.
Metro Threat Index only at a 3 for this afternoon. We'll have the chance at a couple of spot storms later on this afternoon. We'll continue with the canyon winds at least through the morning hours, and it's going to be another hot afternoon. Temperatures will start to come down for the day tomorrow. Crystal?
On to news happening today. A New Mexico man preparing to present his work at the White House at the Made in America showcase. Owner of Ernst Thompson Furniture, Mike Godwin, will represent the state of New Mexico at the event, which celebrates business efforts and commitment to American-made goods. Only one business is selected to attend from every state. Godwin says he'll be taking the company's signature hand-carved doors to show off. Proving age is nothing but a number. At 98 years young, Larry Johnson is the oldest competitor in this year's Senior Olympic Games. He's been competitively running for 50 years now, winning gold in his heat yesterday. Johnson will get another chance to show off his abilities as he is qualified for the 2019 National Senior Olympic Games, which will be held right here in Albuquerque. Wish him good luck. A win for Albuquerque parks this morning after a nonprofit ranked them favorably when it comes to their accessibility for residents. The Trust for Public Land reports that 86% of Albuquerque residents live within a 10-minute walk to a park. The national average is 54%. The group is leading a campaign to ensure every American has reasonable access to a park. On to other news happening today, students who have been attending the summer programs at Weary and Emerson Elementary Schools will be receiving backpacks filled with back to school supplies soon. It's all part of a greater overall backpack giveaway for students taking place throughout the summer. In total, nearly 14,000 students will get school supplies for next year. The giveaway is happening at Weary Elementary School. That's at 1 o'clock this afternoon. John.
All right, let's get a look at your traffic for you this morning. Volumes are picking up a little bit on the roadways this morning, so you may want to factor in just a little extra time to account for that usual morning commute traffic that we have out there. We'll take a live look at News Tracker, where we're heading southbound on Coors. We're just a couple of miles north of I-40 here, and you can see quite a number of cars really starting to pack in on the roadways a little bit. Still moving smoothly, but we are increasing volume, so you'll want to factor in a little extra time for that traffic. Crystal?
As you wake up this morning, don't be surprised if things seem a bit smoky in some parts of our state. Crews are continuing to fight several fires in the Jemez Mountains. The Hidden Valley Fire on the Valles Caldera National Preserve and the Venado and Aragon fires in the Santa Fe National Forest. All three still burning this morning, each one of the blazes caused by lightning. At this time, no structures are threatened. That's the good news here. Here's the latest picture from the Venado fire that continues burning again. So far, it's scorched at least 450 acres. It remains at 0% containment. As for the Aragon fire burning near the Venado fire, that sits at 5% contained. At last check, it's scorched 400 acres. A new award for the isotopes, this one being given by Vice magazine, the Canadian publication ranking the Topes on the list of funniest baseball team names. It is arguably more unique than some of the other funky names. Just up I-25 in Colorado Springs, the Sky Sox will soon get a new name. It would appear the favorite so far, though, is the Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Welcome back. We are looking at a warm start to the day across the Albuquerque metro area. Temperature right now 80 degrees and east wind at 31 miles per hour, gusting at times up to 45 miles per hour. Temperatures on the warm side across a good portion of the state, but we are cooling down behind that cold front. We're at 59 in Las Vegas, 66 in Clayton, 66 also for Raton, into the 70s across the south. Your hourly forecast for Albuquerque goes like this. We're looking at temperatures into the mid 90s as we head into the afternoon, so it's going to be another hot afternoon, but we will see a mix of sun and clouds heading into the afternoon with a chance to add a couple of spot storms. It's going to be another hot afternoon across especially western and southern New Mexico, where we're not going to have that ridge of high pressure quite building in yet. We'll be into the triple digits from Roswell down to Carlsbad. Carlsbad up to 106 this afternoon, 102 in Alamogordo, 103 in Las Cruces. Mid-90s once again for Albuquerque. Will be cooler, a little bit cooler behind that cold front across the northeast into the 80s there. Your 7-day forecast, we will be looking at temperatures into the low 90s for tomorrow with a better chance at showers and storms. That continues through Wednesday. We'll hold on to at least a little bit of a storm chance heading through Thursday and Friday, with temperatures starting to warm up a little bit heading into the weekend.
All right, time for the 5 facts.
At number 5, a new award for the isotopes, this one being given by Vice magazine. The Canadian publication recently ranked the isotopes on the list of funniest baseball team names. Of course, it has its roots in with the Simpsons, and it's arguably one of the more unique names. Some of the other funky names, most of which are based on food and animals. Just
Nashville Tourist.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Just up to I-25 in Colorado Springs, the Sky Sox will soon get a new name, and it appears that the fan favorite so far, the Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Still like our name.
Yeah, I think our name is really good, and we have all the labs around the state and everything, so I think it's very fitting.
It just makes sense,
Yeah, it
right,
does.
John?
It does.
Number 4 now, New Mexico man preparing to present his work at the White House today at the Made in America Showcase. Owner of Ernst Thompson Furniture, Mike Godwin, will represent the state of New Mexico at the event, which celebrates businesses and commitment to the American-made goods. Only one business is selected to attend from every state. Godwin says he'll be taking the company's signature hand-carved doors to show off.
At number 3, we are going to be looking at another hot afternoon with highs in the mid-90s. We'll have a spot storm chance in Albuquerque. Best storms will be along and east of the central mountain chain. We'll have a better chance at showers and storms in Albuquerque tomorrow and Wednesday.
Ooh, thank goodness we're coming back from that 99.
We could use it.
Yeah. Number 2, as APD continues searching for the 4th unnamed suspect in the brutal rape and murder of 10-year-old Victoria Martins, residents in the community are calling on the city and state to do more. Protesters yesterday called on both APD and CYFD to make sure another child never has to go through what Victoria did. This is new details in the case have recently come to light over the past month. Most recently, court documents in the case have been sealed, action that officials say was necessary in making sure the search for their fourth suspect in this crime is not compromised. On to number one now. Happening today, the redesign of a crosswalk where an Albuquerque girl died continues this morning, but now some neighbors are speaking out, saying the city's fix is not a fix at all. The redesign of the crosswalk at Louisiana and Natalie is in response to outcry for change from the community after 12-year-old Eliza Almuina was hit and killed by a car. Cleveland Middle School parent Crystal Copeland started that online petition back in March to make changes to the crosswalk. The city approved the changes to include a safety zone and a honk signal that tells cars to stop. But some neighbors recently voicing their frustrations on nextdoor.com. That's a community website. One neighbor claims eliminating the turn lane was not supposed to happen. Another neighbor says the city is just rerouting the problem. Copeland says there were meetings for residents to voice their concerns before construction.